there is a place where all roads intersect. We know the way that can take you there. International University of Sarajevo. International University of Sarajevo, which was established in Elijah in 2004. The legacy of the Ottomans in Sarajevo, which starts every day with hope, unites respect with love, and embraces all colors, manages to create a pluralist college environment by connecting the fire of science lit by humanity thousands of years ago with different languages and different people like the rings of a chain. IUS continues its mission to educate generations that know and shape the world with the notion that differences are the source of power that can carry the world heritage to the future with students and graduates from 47 different countries from around the world. IUS, which has created a new vision in international university education thanks to its global teaching standards, gives its students the opportunity to improve themselves in a quality, pluralist, and intellectual environment during their graduate, postgraduate, and doctorate terms. IUS provides an innovative college education to its students in 5 faculties and 22 different branches that include industrial engineering, computer sciences, art and social sciences, pedagogic sciences, law and management sciences, and continues to improve its interdisciplinary standards every day. This is the place where you'll be right in the middle of life, the place where you'll think beyond the horizon and act before the future. International University of Sarajevo. We know that time passes and numbers change, but numbers are not enough to talk about some values. To build the coming days, to design the future today, hearing the voices never heard before, seeing the colors, shapes never seen before, to try to understand the power that envelops the globe, to hear other souls, we need to be reborn with them, with the unmovable trust in knowledge. Even though textures, colors, beliefs, and experiences are different.
Dear Rector, Vice Rector, Professors, students, welcome to the graduation ceremony of the 13th generation of IUS graduates, the class of 2021. This year, 2021 is special for our graduates indeed. The COVID-19 stopped us all from doing many things in a way we used to. However, it didn't stop you from improving yourselves, and completing all your academic duties. Thanks to your perseverance and thanks to the hard work and dedication of our professors, we're proud of all of you for contributing to such success. Most importantly, today we're very proud that you're all here with us, healthy and safe. Due to the current conditions and safety measures, this ceremony is modest and intimate, but the pride that we feel today is overwhelming indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, to begin with our program, I would like to invite the Rector of the International University of Sarajevo, Professor Dr. Ahmet Yildirim, to deliver his welcoming speech.
Thank you again. This is the fourth time I am standing up here in front of our graduates. And since Miss Azra is not here, I left my papers. I don't have to read what she wrote for me. I am going to speak freely, whatever I feel and whatever I think. So, dear students, colleagues, academics, faculty, and parents, if there are any parents here, welcome to our graduation ceremony. I am really happy to host you here today. You are the 13th generation of our graduates, IUS graduates, and I am really proud of you because you finished after a very hard time. Since the last 1.5 years, you are online. You are in your home, listening your courses and taking the exams and making troubles for your families. They were happy when they sent you up here, because they were not going to deal with your problems, but we sent you back because of COVID-19, and everything turned out to be online. And I would like to thank you also for your perseverance and hard work, that during online education, we suddenly switched to online, but you adjusted yourself to this new education system, and you were so successful. And I have to thank our academics as well. And I have to thank Sencer Bey personally, because he led this process in the beginning of this switching to online education, and the FENS faculty was leading faculty, one of the leading faculties in our university. And we succeeded that. We succeeded that in a very short, relatively short time. We switched back to online or hybrid education very fast. And we did not have any interruptions in our schedule, in our program. I think around the world, not too many universities were able to do that. And COVID-19 taught us something, that our regular normal is not normal anymore. We cannot apply the same things that we used to before. So we learned some things from these pandemics. I think we have to do our jobs. We have to do our education. We have to do whatever we are doing now, using the technology more often than before we used it. And your area, I know that computer science and software engineering students are here right now. Your profession became the most desired, most asked, most wanted profession right now. I think all of you will have very nice jobs when you graduate. Congratulations, first of all, for choosing this area and getting a very nice education. I believe that whatever you acquired here in your theoretical or practical courses, applications, you will add up something on top of this knowledge, and you will have very nice jobs around the world. Maybe some of you will continue to academic life. Some of you maybe establish your own business, I don't know. Will work for private companies, private industries. One thing that I am sure, you will be so successful. Because you are successful, you made it, you succeeded that. Congratulations to you all. And as a last word, I think I have to thank our academic staff, I have to thank our administrative staff, and I have to thank families for making this happen and for letting us to succeed this. And on top of that, on behalf of myself and for entire university, I have to thank our foundation, SEDEF Foundation, for providing us these opportunities, these facilities, and making all kinds of sacrifices to improve the conditions here for you and for us. And our Board of Trustees for helping us in academic matters and in other problems that we faced. They were so helpful and they are deserving to be thanked. And I have to thank again to you all for being here with us in this graduation ceremony in these difficult days. Have a bright future, I hope, and you will have whatever you desired during your education and after your graduation. Take care of yourself. Allah'a emanet.
Thank you very much, Rector Yildirim. I would also like to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Natural Sciences, Professor Dr. Sencer Yeralan, to the stand to deliver his speech and read the names of students who graduated this year.
Thank you, young lady. Well, let me take my mask off so you know who I am. Okay, once again we're here. Once again they asked me to say a few words. Once again I'm as prepared as my students the day before the exam. Thank God I had my pen, so I'd made some notes while people were talking, so I guess I can say a few things. This is going to be a repeat. I said this before, but this cohort, I have a special name for you guys in my mind. I call you guys the pandemic academics because you're different. Quite different, actually. By the way, academia, where does that word come from? Where does it come from? Okay, demos means, you know, on the quiet side of town. You have the Plato's school is academia. Epicurus' school is the garden. Aristoteles' school is the lyceum. Zeno's school is the porch. Sounds good. There's even a tub. The academic and pandemic don't come from the same word, actually, interestingly enough. But you guys managed to combine those two things fairly well. Rector Bey said there's a new normal, or the regular normal is not the normal, and you succeeded very well, perhaps because we're not normal anyway to begin with, so, you know, we're IUS. We do things differently. We look at things from a different point of view. We have a lot of diversity, a lot of different ideas, right? Sometimes they agree with me, sometimes they don't, but okay. So I think that was a strength. And so there's that question, how come, as Rector Bey says, many schools can't continue, they take a lot of time switching, they can't hold graduation ceremonies like we do. How come we do it? I think it's because of the diversity and that the can-do type attitude that we have. We'll figure out collectively, figure out what happens. And I really mean that. I think this is a special place. Maybe if I remember, I'll get back to that point at the end. So, this is academia, this Plato's approach. You all came from the Lyceum, so that's okay. You've already done the Aristotelian work, the general stuff. And what happens when the normal is not the normal and you have to switch? What happens? What happens? Okay. Well, you can't rely on your memory. You get to an inflection point. By the way, the definition of that is you can't forecast the future and prepare for the future by extrapolating your experiences from the past. And that has a certain ring of truth to it, because post-COVID is not going to be like pre-COVID. Okay, we learned a lot. We're going to do things differently. Our exams will be harsher. We will have less patience for our students. We'll ask him to do and achieve more. Is that right? Yeah, that's good. Okay. So what do you do when you can't extrapolate? This has happened to humanity, by the way. I mean, this is not the first time this happens. If you were right after the Industrial Revolution in Manchester, and you look at your life right before the Industrial Revolution, it's completely different. Post-Industrial Revolution, pre-industrial. Post-Renaissance and pre-Renaissance are quite different. Post-agrarian societies versus the pre-agrarian hunter-gatherers, that's very different. So humanity goes through these phases, and you may think that with the computers and all that, we are going through this, oh, technology is so great and stuff like that. It's not, because it's, as I say in class, it's self-similar. There's a doubling of the technology every year, let's say, but that's the way it was in the 1900s. Imagine you had to go get on your horse and ride the horse for half an hour to talk to your brother, and all of a sudden, the beginning of the 20th century, you can pick up the phone and talk to him. Wow, that was amazing. Okay? To them, technology was just as amazing and life-changing as it is now. So that didn't change. But the pandemic changed something else. It changed the social structure. And our job is to figure out, take the best practices from this experience and extrapolate and use it. And when that happens, you can't rely on your past experiences. You have to rely on a few other things, right? Like, for example, rigorous thinking, critical thinking, open-mindedness. That's one thing that I think we see at IUS more than other schools. That we're diverse, but we're open-minded. And critical thinking is a key component to that. And the other one is the solidarity and the feeling of a family. So when we started the COVID online education, the first Teams group that we formed was FENS Online, and I thank all of you for being so active members on that. We even had the competition, Ramadan competition. Did you watch that? That was good. So, yeah, and we learn a lot. And I said earlier today that I learned a lot from the students too, because we all learn from each other. These are all new experiences. It's not in the book, so I haven't seen it before either, and you haven't seen it before. So I learned from you as much as you learned from me. So when they said that go ahead and say a few things at the graduation ceremony, I did what my students do. I did what I learned from my students. I went to Wikipedia, and I try to see what they have online so I can copy it. Control-C, Control-V. So I read a few of these things earlier today. I'm going to read the rest of them. Robert De Niro, in 2015, apparently, at the New York University School of Art, says, "You are opening a door to a lifetime of rejection." I thought it was only me, but when it comes to the arts, passion should trump common sense. So there's something about passion. Mary Schmeech, a journalist, she works in Chicago, I think, Chicago Tribune. "Don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with your heart." Why not that? Okay. John F. Kennedy at the American University, 1963. "Our problems are man-made." Back then, when they said man, they meant mankind or humankind. So don't hold it against it. This is more than 50, 60 years ago. About 60. "Our problems are man-made, therefore they can be solved by man. And man can be as big as he wants. So reach for the stars." Okay. There are a couple of long ones there, but the last one I said this morning also, the one that I like the best, is from Muhammad Ali from 1975. He was the boxer, if anybody remembers. He was the one who floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. Not just your professors. It says, "The greatness of man depends on his heart, not on his education or wealth." So when I think about IUS, when I think about my students, this is what comes to mind. It's about Yeah, it's about education, it's about knowledge, it's about getting a good job and making a good living. But as he says, it depends on the heart. So I think that when we leave here, the knowledge that we have will be marginalized in retrospect compared to the warmth that we have and the friendship and the networking and the camaraderie that we have established over the years. With that, I think maybe I should read this list of students who are graduating. Should I?
Please go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Now, there are some marks on these things. I don't know if that means some of you guys are in trouble or not, but that's okay. I'll just read it. I'm familiar with many of you because I did a couple of classes at computer science and software engineering. This is the cohort of these two programs. Okay, so here we go. Adem Dugalic, a very nice guy. He's not. Adnan Lucevic, it's not here. Ahmet Aletic, Amina Musinbegovic. Oh, there she is, Musinbegovic. Amar Halilovic, Amel Bečić, Amir Bayraktarevic, Asya Bunyo, Belkısa Nukic, she's there. Belkısa is there. Dino Šicić. Hey, there he is. You dropped your, yeah. Almedina Avdibašić. Now, I have to tell you about her. They were in one of the classes. Well, let me go down and wonderful, wonderful. Haris Hibic, Harun Ali Yagic, Harun Sarac, İmran Doğatovic, Lamia Bostancic, hi Lamia, and Maida Karamehmetovic. So, Karamehmetovic, Bostancic, and Avdibašić, they're wonderful students. I remember they were playing Cards Against Humanity. And I asked them if I could join, and they said no. They thought I would forget, but old people don't forget. So I went upstairs and I took a picture from the top, them playing Cards Against Humanity. Yeah, you have proof. I think they were afraid that I would beat them, but that's okay. That's a different story. Riyad Karabegovic. Okay. Sajida Halvacic. Tifa Jogic. Tifa is there. Okay, now we come to our master's students. Abdullah Fatota. Is he here? Oh, there he is. I once had an exam and I asked a whole bunch of questions, and many of the students left it blank, and at the end it was any comments or anything like that. And I think Fatota is the one who said, after Socrates, he said, the only thing I know is I don't know anything about this thing, so that was good. Okay, Adnan Bahtic, there's Bahtic. I remember Bahtic too. When I found out that he was Bahtic's son, of course, they say made it think that. Okay, Armin Basic, masters. Melissa Kunovac. Is Melissa here? Melissa's not here. Okay, so those are our computer science and engineering students. Now we have our software engineering students. Well, again, we'll start with the baccalaureate degree. Adna Alic, Ahmet Nurovic. There he is. Okay, Ayd Semic, Belmin Şestic, Bilal Bandic. Bilal's not here. Damir Hacic, Dino Saciragic. Is Dino here? Dino's not here. Okay. Cenan Hodzic. Hi, Cenan. Faris Fazlic. Faruk Abaz. Fatima Duatovic. Hi, Fatima. Fatima Gušić. Oh, there she is. Fatima Velic. She's not here. Gušić and Velic are also were very active when this whole thing started. I remember on FENS Cafe, and they were some of the instigators. Okay. Haris Rashid Dagic. Haris. Hi, Haris. Harun Hasic. Hüseyin Fazlic. Oh. Hüseyin Muftic. Kenan Yamakovic. Hi, Kenan. Leyla Mujakic. Is Leyla? Oh, there she is. Mujakic. Leyla Tashakovic. There she is. I have to tell you, Leyla Tashakovic, she was also very, very active in this coder dojo and all the other things, right? They were. You see, this is what I mean. It's not just education. It's you come here, you do things, you get involved with society, you meet people, you do your networking, and through this process, you watch each other and you form a network. But it's not just a network. All mammals do this. You figure out who's good in what. And then many, many years later, if you ever want to do something like a social program or something like Kodo Dojo, you know that you would like to call Leyla and say, hey, you know this stuff. You know that's the kind of person it is. At my age, I'm young, but you know, I still sometimes have to do things. And who do I call? I call my friends from university. Because we know who's what. Now you guys know who's what. We also know what you guys are. So. Okay. Nizama Şemić. Osman Fazlić. Sanyin Hacimucic. Sarac. Oh, there she is. And Tarık Muharrem. Oh, okay, well, that's about it. Okay, and I do have your grades here. No, I talk the grades, not grades. Okay, so, well, congratulations, everybody. And as I said, please stay in touch. You spent 4 years here, some of you considerably longer, but our lives are now intertwined. It's like in quantum mechanics we talk about entanglement. So we're now all entangled. You will always be a part of us, and we will always be a part of you. So stay in touch and come back and see us. Okay?
Thank you very much, our beloved Dean. If you could please remain at stage with me for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, all our students are special and unique. However, one of them is chosen as faculty's best according to their academic achievements. Every year, the university management awards students for their remarkable performance. This year is no exception. This year, they have decided to gift a student with full scholarship to continue master's studies and student assistantship at our respectable faculty. On behalf of the university management, our respectable dean will present the award to the student. I kindly ask our graduate to join us at the stage once your name is announced. The best student at the Faculty of Engineering and Natural Sciences.
Hüseyin Fazlić.
Congratulations. Thank you very much, Hussein. If you would like to share a few words with your fellow students, please, you may do so. If you don't want, it's also all right.
First of all, I would like to thank everyone here. My thanks would go to First of all, my thanks would go to family members, professors, and wish all of you good luck in next stages of your life.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Hussein, and congratulations once again. Now it's the time, dear graduates, the favorite time of and the favorite moment of the graduation ceremony. May I please ask you all to rise up? Dear graduates, to celebrate this moment, please throw your caps on the count of 1, 2, 3.
We are the champions, my friend, and we'll give our fight to the end. We are the champions.
Dear students, professors, deans, thank you for being here today. Thank you for making IUS visible all over the world. Thank you for your trust. We wish you all the best in the future. Be the best ambassadors of IUS. Stay healthy, stay safe. To celebrate this moment, please join us for refreshments at the IUS Cafe. Thank you.
You brought me fame and fortune and everything goes. Well then, I thank you all. But it's been a better road. No pleasure cruising. I consider it a touch. Become a Hollywood race. I paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of seconds in my past, but I've got
Even though textures, colors, beliefs, and experiences are different, there is a place where all roads intersect. We know the way that can take you there. International University of Sarajevo. Internet.